Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of the Yike Model Aviator, also known as the YK016, if you can see that down there in the corner. If you saw my review of the JJRC F180, this is very similar to that quadcopter, at least in its flight characteristics. As you can tell, it's got different prop guards. It's got these, just individual per motor. It's not an entire frame. And then the prop guard also curves down and acts as a landing feet. So kind of cool looking with the prop guards. And they screw on to the motor mount here. So not easily taken on and off, though it is doable. But they are very substantial. I mean, it is thick, heavy plastic. Each one of these weighs 1.2 grams each. So altogether, the prop guards add quite a bit of weight to this. And even though it has a 300 milliamp hour battery, you only get about 4.5 minute flight times, and it takes about 45 minutes to charge. So I would imagine, I haven't taken all the prop guards off and flown it without them, but I would imagine you'll get at least probably 6, maybe upwards of 7-minute flights without the prop guards on this. But let's see, otherwise it's got a full set of spare props and a USB charging cable, and then this is the transmitter, which is kind of hideous. Not horrible. I mean, at least it sticks and kind of fits in your hands decently. But I find this LCD screen on here hilarious. It's just a sticker, but they try to make it look like it's an LCD. And they got a signal and battery gauge. But then it has helicopter or airplane. And check, this one's a helicopter. Like, what? Anyway, I just thought that was funny. So anyway, the flight characteristics, like I was saying, this is very similar to the F180 in that it has just incredibly smooth 6-axis. It flies very nice and precise and stable and just holds a really nice path. And then it has the rudder throttle mixing that the F180 has. So as you give rudder input, you can kind of hear the throttle kick up on its own so that it doesn't lose any elevation when you give rudder. So once you get a feel for that, as you're doing circuits and rudder turns, you can hear the throttle kind of kicking up and up and down the whole time, but it makes for just a really nice, level, smooth, precise flight. So I really like the way that this flies. And then it also has the same kind of flips like the F180, where it kind of lunges and then flips. So whatever direction you do, it sort of lunges in that direction before it does the flip. And then with this transmitter, you can click the right stick and it'll give a forward flip. And then you can click the left stick and change through 3 different rates. And then when you're in 100% rates on the 3rd setting, then it flips with the stick full movement. So again, I'm not a huge fan of when it flips at 100%, but luckily, just like the F180, you can bind this to a WL Toys V222 or 2X2, whatever version you want. You can bind it to a WL Toys transmitter, and so then I've got my 4 rates, and I've got a flip with a button, and I can fly at 100% rate without accidentally flipping. So I really like that. And then this one also, with the stock transmitter, the 3 different rates, the yaw changes with those rates, and it's a good yaw rate. So it's not just one yaw rate with the stock transmitter like the F180. This actually changes yaw with the stock transmitter as well. Let's see, do I have anything else to say? I did have a lot of problem with the props coming off. I don't know if they're loose from the factory, or maybe it's just mine, or maybe it would be improved if I put the spares on there. But even with the prop guards on, I often would have props fly off in crashes. I even had them fly off in the middle of flips a couple times. And also, this only has eye LEDs. It has no LEDs on the motors or arms or anything. So just the eyes. Alright, well that's all I have to say about it, so let's go take it for a flight. Alright, this is the flight review of the Yike Model Aviator YK016. I'm going to be flying it with the WL Toys V222 transmitter, and I'll try to show you how stable it is and how precise it is. But first we'll show you this crazy rudder throttle mixing I was talking about. I'm going to kind of get it trimmed out for a second. So here we go. So I'm going to give full rudder input and listen to the throttle when I do. All that throttle change is from it, not me. So it kind of is constantly like making all these little, I don't know, sounds like an Indy car or something as it flies. But it makes it really precise and just nice and smooth and stable. I mean, this thing just flies really, really well. See if I can get a funnel going in here. Not bad. Now let me show you the crazy flips. So let's do a right flip and watch it lunge to the right first. It's not doing it too bad. Maybe it's a little more apparent with the, well there you could kind of see it. Let's do a forward flip. So it gives just a little bit of a jump before it actually does the flip. But pretty decent flips. Let's try to bounce it off something. Those big old heavy duty prop guards. Look at that, and just fly into the and then you can also touch the ceiling with it. It's just really just a really smooth flying quad. The rudder throttle thing is so weird, but as you can see, it kind of helps it keep its height. But it's something to get used to. It's not something that other quads do. I mean, there's just really, really smooth pirouettes. The 6-axis stabilization on this thing is just really nice. Oh, eyes are blinking. Battery's already dead. Take it in for a landing. Alright, well that's that. That is the Yike Model Aviator. Pretty cool little quad. You know, not long flights because of those heavy prop guards, but it flies really, really nice. Alright, well thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you next time.